Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia and today we are going to go ahead and set up our Q2 budget. I can't believe it's already the second quarter of the year of 2023. It's crazy to me, but let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to talk about the last quarter real quick, even though the results video should be coming next month. But the planner that I'm using is my Erin Condren monthly planner. This is in the color blends design, and I have all of my 2023 spreads in the back of the planner. I set up all of these on camera with you guys as well. I believe the emergency fund, the video didn't actually get filmed, which is really sad, but I think I still talked about it a little bit in part 1 of the 2023 budget planner setups. But we have our emergency fund, we have our first quarter setup. We're going to be doing our second quarter setup here. We're going to do our third quarter, fourth quarter. We have our bills overview for the last few years since 2020, 2021, 2022, and of course this year we are slowly filling it in. We have our debt overviews for my husband and my student loans. We have our Savopoly. Then we have our budget results for the first quarter, second quarter, third and fourth quarters. And then last but not least, we have all of our color saving trackers. I did go ahead and color some of this in with you guys in my, I believe it was this tax return video. We got a little over $7,000. We saved like the extra bit after the 7,000. I think it was like 100 or something. We split it up between me and my husband. But the 7,000 we did stuff into our emergency funds. The back here, when I set it up with you guys, these are all the different categories for our emergencies, because we are goaling ourselves to save 3 months worth of emergency funds for the year of 2023. So every single one of these categories is a different block. Like for example, for utilities gas, we're trying to save $210 because that's what we have. And then our mortgage, this heavy one, is for 3 months. It's $6,660, 3 months of emergencies. But yeah, that's essentially what this is in the back. Our goal has not changed for the second quarter. We're still gonna keep on trying to save to hopefully reach our goal, but I don't know how it's gonna be in the third quarter, since I know student loans are supposed to continue, so I'm not really sure how what's going to happen with that. So we're definitely going to talk about it together when the third quarter comes around, because we might be changing our goal from saving to paying our student loans depending on like the whole interest and how everything is. But let's go ahead and talk about our second quarter. I have both sheets here with me. I have the 2023 budget for the second quarter, and then of course the sinking funds. Both of these you're able to customize. So for the 2023 budget, I have it for January, February, and March, since I decided to do it quarterly. And then there's also options to do it January to June and then July to December for biannual. And then of course you could just leave all of these little scripts out and just keep it just for the whole entire year of the 2023 budget. For me, I decided to do it quarterly because my budget is just ever changing. So whatever goal I set myself to, like sometimes when things change, I get discouraged if I'm no longer able to keep up with the goal that I set for myself. So now every single quarter, I'm able to kind of change it up and have like a fresh start if I did poorly the previous quarter. So for this quarter, we're going to set it up together for the April, May, June, along with our sinking funds for April, May, and June. Now, let's get into it. I'm actually really excited. I can't believe it's already the second quarter. I feel like I just did this video, which is wild. I think like the note pages in the back, the lining is a little different. So let me just make sure that this all lines up okay. But I was saying something. What was I saying? But we're going to go ahead and set this up for this following quarter, and I'm going to do it on the same pages too. So the 2023 budget is going to be on the side. I have them separated because I thought it would be like better if you guys didn't want the 2023 on here. But let's see. We definitely do have some changes. Oh wait, okay, wait a second. I realized I like to put this a little bit more over so I can put the script on the side. What was I saying? There definitely is some changes to our budget for this quarter because our internet is now fixed, and then also our HBO bill actually increased, and that was on our fixed side as well. So luckily for us, it was just the 1 month that we're gonna be like a little wonky with our budget. And this is now April, May, and June. So we're gonna do the April to June script over here. All right, now let's lay down these additional ones. We're gonna keep our budget of $5,200 every single month. So that has not changed. So let's actually write that down. We're gonna do our general. And then honestly, like, I don't even think I need this variable one in here, but like, I just want to have it here just in case there is a change. I have somewhere to put it in my overview for the third quarter. And the main reason why I have this kind of recap in the back is just like so we can set ourselves some goals for the following quarter and just to see if we can really achieve them. Along with, I just really like having, what is it called? Kind of like a recap in the back. I tried to do the annual one before, but because of how often our budget changes, I ended up getting really behind because I think I like underestimated gas. I think was the category, and then I just kept going negative. And then I was just like, okay, let me just check this because there was no way in heck I was going to be able to catch up and go back into the positives. For me, it's just easier for me to just do it quarterly just so I can keep my interest as well, because like I'm definitely one to get discouraged very easily. It's kind of horrible. I really hope my kids are not like that. Anyway, okay, I'm going off topic, so let's go ahead and fill this in. For this quarter, I think there are a few changes. I think 3 in total, so we're going to talk about them together. First things first is our variable budgets. These are the ones that we use for our day-to-day expenses, the ones that we always set up together for our monthly categories. These are kind of like if I were to have cash envelopes, I would, because these are what we need to spend every single day for like gas, for groceries. We give ourselves a little bit of allowance. If we have to buy things for our pups or our daughter, they have their own sinking fund, but this is kind of like those little miscellaneous things per a month that might come up. So we're going to go ahead and write down those categories. We have eating out, and this budget is still going to be the same at $300 a month. So of course $300 a month for April, May, and June is 3 months. So $300 a month times 3 is $900 is our budget for the second quarter. Then we have groceries. Groceries is going to be the same too at $400 per month. That times 3 is $1,200. We have gas. Gas is going to be slightly different. I hope that this will be enough. If not, it's okay. The next quarter, I'll just have to bump it up more. But I'm bumping this up by $25. So instead of $100 per month, we're going to bump it up to $125 a month. So that times 3 is $375 a month for our gas, because it looks like we're going out a lot more, and as the weather gets nicer, we're definitely going to be like going out more. So because of that, I just wanted to make sure we had enough money for gas for that given month. Next, we have allowance. I did want to keep like all 5 of these categories at $1,000 per month. So I ended up taking out that $25 that we're adding to gas per month. I took it out from allowance. So for allowance, instead of $100 per month, it's now going to be at $75 a month. So that times 3 is $225 for this second quarter. And then last but not least, we have pups and beans category. And this one is still $100 per month. So that in total is $300 for this second quarter. And I think that's pretty good. Or I hope it's good. If anything, I feel like for the summertime, because like we're really trying to not be hermits this year, we don't want our daughter to kind of like be unsocialized. I don't know if that's just like a me in my head thing. but we really never go out. We're seriously just such hermits, so we're gonna really try to go out a lot this summer. Those are those first categories. Next, we have our fixed expenses. This one we're going to adjust ever so slightly as well, because our first quarter for Ally, which is our external savings account, we made sure to save $50 per month. And then of course we had like our Saveopoly and everything too, but the fixed amount that for sure every month we were saving was $50. I'm going to bump it to $100. I know it's not that much of a change, but it's still a $50 difference. And then of course we're still doing Saveopoly every single month as well. I didn't want to do too much and take away from sinking funds, because I didn't want to end up not having enough for sinking funds, especially since that's what we use to draw from for our Saveopoly. So the first one is sinking funds. Before, for last quarter, it was $1,000 per month for sinking funds. So 1,000 times 3 is 3,000. For this quarter, since we're bumping it by $50, it's now going to be $950 per month. So that times 3 is $2,850 for the second quarter. And then we have Ally. And then this is $100 per month. So we're going to try to have our $300 for the second quarter. And then we'll see how we do with this. Most likely, if we're doing okay, and depending on the whole student loan situation, maybe we'll try to save even more and double it again next quarter. But I just don't want to do too much, and then like I'm just negative in everything. So let's actually continue with our bills. We're going to go ahead and write down all of our bills. Oh, wait a second. Let me actually fill out these top categories first before we go ahead and talk about all of our bills down here. So for our income, it's still going to be the $5,200 per month. That is our budget. And that times 3 is $15,600. We have no estimated variable, so it's still $15,600 for this quarter. We are trying to do the zero based, so every single month the $5,200 is going to go towards somewhere. So in total, after we calculate all this up, it should zero out and equal $15,600. Now for the eating out, groceries, gas allowance, pubs and bean, this should equal $3,000, since the budget should be $1,000 per month. So you have 900 plus 1200 375 225 300, and that is $3,000. So that is looking good. So that's $1,000 per month. And also, just to double check this, 5,200 times 3 is 15,600. Now over here, 2,850 plus 300 is 3,150. So numbers this slightly change, but overall they're still the same for the most part, for like at least like the whole that section, the category. And then let's move on to our bills. Now for our bills, they did slightly change for both our variable and our fixed. We have another fixed bill now, which is internet. We're adding it back over since now we know how much internet is supposed to be. So let's talk about this first one. This first one is going to be utilities, gas. Okay, so I did a horrible job at like estimating our utilities, gas for the first quarter, because I think I was negative like 2 or 3 out of the months, which is really bad. So let's talk about our previous years. Okay, so April, May, and June for gas. April, May, and June. Like, look at this difference. Like, April was 100, then it looks like summertime, it goes to the 30s. But then again, I think our utility bills has been higher than usually, because usually January, February, March, they've all been like in the hundreds and 30s. Let's just talk about April, May, and June. And then for the year of 2021, it looks like it was the same April, May, and June. It all goes down to like the 30s. It's really low during the summer times, but we still have that April, and that April, the highest was 100. So maybe we'll do 100 for this time, which funny enough is actually the estimate that we had the previous quarter as well. Let's just do that. Let's just stick with $100 for the estimate. So $100 every single month times 3 is $300 for the estimate for bills, for utilities, gas. Now for utilities, electric. For this one, last quarter, we had an estimate of $70. Now we have April, May, June. 70 still looks pretty good. It looks like it didn't go past $60. April, May, June. It didn't go past $60. So maybe we'll just leave it at 70. It looks like 70 is like higher than what it might be, but I rather have like extra money to save versus like being short. So yeah, so let's do $70 per month. So 70 times 3 is $210 is our budget for electric. Then we have mobile. Mobile has not changed, and I do not think we're going to be getting a new phone anytime soon. So mobile, we can leave it at $180 per month. So that times 3 is $540. So we're going to leave that there. And then of course we have our holder. This is just to make the number even. So we'll talk about that in a second. But let us go over to our fixed. So first things first is mortgage. Mortgage is $2,222 per month. That times 3. Then we have our internet. This is back over here now, because now we have a fixed amount for internet, which is $89.99. That times 3 is $269.99. Then we have our student loans for my husband's and myself. Then this number hasn't changed. I know when student loans continue that these numbers will for sure change, but since this is the last quarter with this, we're going to continue with the previous numbers, which is 180.06 times 3, which is $540.18 for mine, $540.93 for my husband's. So these two are the budget number times 3, and those are, just to give you guys like more of a visual, is 180.06 times 3, 180.31 times 3. Now let's keep going. Next we have Netflix. Netflix is currently $10.59, so that times 3 is $31.77. Same with Spotify. They actually both cost the same for now, at least. And then next we have HOA. HOA is currently still the same, which is $80.66. That times 3 is $241.98. And then last but not least, we have HBO, and this increased. So this is now $16.95. That times 3 is $50.85. Okay, so let's go ahead and add all of these up real quick. And I have my total. I'm just going to write up here because it's easier. But let's do this together. We have $6,666 plus $269.99. Let me just go through, because it's such a tongue twister for numbers for me sometimes. Plus 31.77 plus 31.77. All right, so that in total, it looks like it is $8,373.47. That is our total for the second quarter. And you know, sometimes when I think about it, it's so sad. This is all for bills. It's all going towards bills. I try to not think about it like that, but at the same time, it's just like, oh, sad. All right, now let's calculate this side as well, because we will need to add the holder. But let's do, I wanted to double check all the numbers because I'm very prone to mistakes. And I wrote $269.99. That's $269.97. Oops. Because our internet is $89.99. That times 3 is $269.97. Okay, there we go. And now that means that this is also off by 2 cents, since that was off by 2 cents. So this is a 5. I hope that 5 is not too ugly. But now let's finish trying to figure out what our holder number is, because the number that I thought it was before did not make any sense. But anyway, okay, so now that we know this, we know that Every single month we have a budget of $5,200, and we're kind of sticking to the same stuff as before, which is $3,000 for our day-to-day expenses, $3,150 for our fixed over here, and then for our estimate for our bills is going to be the same because that means it's $3,150 per month. But just to double check it together, let's do what is this, 15,600. So minus 3,000 is going to go here, minus 3,150, which is going to go over there. Oh, wait a second. And that number matches $9,450 divided by 3 is $3,150 per month. That is our budget. But anyway, let's talk about it real quick. We had $9,450 minus our fixed bills, which is $8,373.45. minus 300 minus 210 minus 540 equals a remaining amount of $26.55. That divided by 3, just to see, is, it looks like our holder category every single month is $8.85, but this category is kind of just like extra money. I just put this here just so I can have an even number for bills. That's really just the primary reason for this. Anyway, let's add these together. We have 300 plus 210 plus 540 plus 2655 equals a total of $1,076.55 for our variable bills. Okay, so that corner was a little stuck. Both of these corners are a little stuck. What is that? There we go. It's like I don't want to leave my paper. Okay, so I'm going to just put this a little line down since like I have the space anyway, so might as well. And then let's actually write down the estimate for bills and then our actual for bills. So in total is $9,450 for bills. Now let's just double check that real quick. We have $1,076.55 plus our $8,373.45. Perfect. And then of course, once more, that plus the $3,000 for our day-to-day expenses plus the $3,150 for a fix equals $15,600. So we are zeroed out for the next 3 quarters. This is going to be our budget every single month, split up. So let's see how we do with these numbers. Now let me just do the lines real quick, and then we're going to move on to doing our sinking funds. And then for the sinking funds, let me actually just talk about it real quick so we have it covered. For our sinking funds, we kind of have the same situation where we have some of these months up here, and then we also have the different time frames. Like if you wanted to do it per the year, then you don't have to use the scripts, but there's also scripts for if you wanted to do it biannually or quarterly as well. You can have it like marked out. And then of course there's like the dates, there's the monthly little scripts, so you can kind of break it down to if you're doing it for the year, if you're doing it per the quarter or per half year. You can definitely do that. Like for example, for first quarter I did January, February, March because I am doing it quarterly, but you can definitely do like January/February, March, April, May, June, or you could just leave it for like the whole year. You could just do like starting, plus, minus, and the total is like the end amount. So I kind of just left those blank. All right, so that is what that looks like. Now let's do our sinking funds. And let's see. I can't get over like the spacing for the note pages in the back because like it really does throw me off. But at least everything still fits really nicely. All right, so sinking funds. And I'm going to do this a little bit over because like I'm going to put the script on the side again. And this is for April, May, and June. Okay, we have our fund. And then our totals. What did I end up doing last month? I just put it at the bottom, and I also used the thin washi, and I just doubled up on the thin washi. So all right, let's just do that again this year. Or this quarter. Because I have the washi, I might as well just use it. Okay. Let's say today is Monday. I have to, sorry, I'm just talking out loud, but I definitely have to do my orders tomorrow. I'm hoping to get this video up by Wednesday is my aim. So let's see how that goes. Okay, let me actually do the lines real quick because I want to make sure that when I put the stickers, it's like centered. I mean, I don't really think it like matters, but for me, I really like the look of it. I realized I might have not been in frame. I also forgot to mention that the pen that I'm using, this is the Muji pen. This is in 0.38. But yes, okay, so we have those down. Now this is going to be for April. And currently I'm just writing what we spent. I debated on writing if like how much we add per month too, but like I feel like that doesn't matter so much to me, since like every month I kind of like how much I add to the sinking fund varies depending on what was spent or what we need type of thing. So I just want to mark how much we spend because that's what I'm really interested in, to get like an overview of how much like which sinking fund is most important. But anyway, this is kind of like what I'm going to leave it at. I'm not going to really fill this in until later. So we'll just leave it like this because I can't quite fill it in until the month goes on. But this is essentially what our quarter 2 setup looks like. This is our quarter 1. I'm so happy. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, so this is actually going to be it for this quarter 2 setup for 2023. I feel like it was shorter than what I'd imagined, but I hope that you guys still enjoyed it. Quarter 1's results will be going up next month, and that is when we're going to talk about all the numbers, crunch down all the numbers. We're going to kind of like, I don't know if we're talking about this spread as much, but we will talk about our budget results, and then we are going to also color in whatever additional funds we were able to save for that quarter as well together. But I hope that you guys did enjoy this video, and thank you guys so much as always for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye.